today's episode, we look at Vanam and how you can use it for your reference material of your own Army comics. You love 90s style comics, you love action, you love suspense, get Guytron coming out on Indiegogo September 8th. Emailing list is in the description box. See you guys there. Raymond, I'm out. And what's good in your hood, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Diverse Comics and Pop. And I'm your host, Raymond Leonard, and I create comic books. Violent Bird, Guytron, and Agent Solo. All three of my campaigns have been very successfully funded on both Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Okay, everyone, before we get into today's episode, you already know, like that button. Like that button. Press the like button. Press the like button. Also, leave your comments, guys, because that helps us get through the algorithm here on this crazy planet of YouTube. Also, and subscribe. Share the channel. If anyone you know who loves comics, share this channel with everyone. We're trying to get to 4K, but ultimate goal is to get to 10K subscribers. We can do it. I know we can do it. We're currently at 3,380 subscribers so far. What a roller coaster ride. Thank y'all so much. And before we even get into today's episode, one more. Like the button. Press the like button. Press the like button. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Okay, I made this video, today's episode, about reference material. What I mean by reference material, say for instance you had an Army story that you wanted to do, and you probably had a story involving some Army back scenes, flashback scenes or something like that. Who knows what? But reference material is so important, guys. But you don't have to work so hard. You have Google if you want to just go off what Google images show you, or use the comics that were out during the 80s, like this book called Vanam. This book is history, guys. This is part of comic book history. This was some of the best comic work ever. Because it's based off real, true, events that were did by a writer who was an Army vet, Doug Morey. And it was him and Michael Golden. Michael Golden. They did this 18-issue run on it. Well, with him and Michael Golden at the time, because then they switched to other artists like Wayne Van Sant, who was a penciler now. And let me tell you, this was some of the best work ever, especially if you wanted to use it as reference of Army reference scenes, because it's all in here. I mean, this is such a phenomenal, not only is it a phenomenal Army book, oh, excuse me, I need some water. Not only is this a good Army book, but the reference material here is so much awesomeness that you can use this and use it for your own comic, but some of the reference material. But it's great to know that you to see how Army books are did by some of the best in the business. So we're gonna look at inside this is issue number 17. I have the other complete run, but this just happened to just be laying around in one of my comic book bins I have. And I was like, wow, when I grabbed it out the bin, I was like, wow, this would be something great to share with the diverse family. You know what I'm saying? Especially for people who are artists. You're artists of credit, and you beginner. This is like educational, just to show you that you can use something like this for reference material, or great reference material at that, And it will also learn to tell you how to tell a great war story. So we're just going to look at this book. When I'm not going to look at it as reviewing it, what's going on, but I'm going to most of it tell you the art wise and just the reference material of it that you can use like for your own resources. So we're going to take a look at this. As you can see, this is a splash page. As you can see, they're at war. Now, imagine if you needed something like this, showing that army, the soldiers are at war. This is in June 1967, and the Big Red One takes on 3 Vietcong battalions. I'm sorry, I don't see what I say, battalions. And it's showing you, look at that. Look how they got them in the foreground and them in the background. You know what I'm saying? You mean the trees. How they got the trees laid out and stuff. How they're in the dirt. Look how the soldiers are on the ground. Like real, this is like a real story, man. Back in the boonies, man. All this screams army. You can't get no better than that. It's showing the backpacks that the soldiers be having on. It just gives you great scenery, and it's showing you how you can lay out just a one-shot action page scene like this. Usually, someone who don't know how to really tell an army story, this would be broken up into like probably 3 pages or something, three panels if they didn't know how to do this right. But this opens up just showing you the front, the whole entire war scene right here within this one double page, splash page. I don't know why he said double page spread. Oh man, I remember this Captain Power. Hit this toy. I still have it. I'm gonna do a review on this, man. I love this. This is before its time, man. Internet before the internet happened. This was some straight up internet stuff right there. But yeah, let's back to this. As you can see, look at this conversation they're having. You get the panels interact, the characters are interacting with each other. And how he's holding that cup there, that's pretty cool. I like how he's holding the cup and he's having a conversation with one of his soldiers. They're like at some type of base, town hall base, in some type of base where they're located at. Right here, you let them know, hey, next time, let me know anything. You guys should read. You actually read this without the words. You can tell what's going on. Cause he's showing where they're gonna be at right now, where they're gonna be striking at. All this you could use for like reference. You could just show the lieutenant having a meeting, the lieutenant showing them what's their next strike zone to hit. But see, with this, you can use this, but now due to where we're in technology now, and I'm quite sure in the army now, I'm quite sure they use some type of technology screen. But you get the picture of this. This could be, easily manipulated into something else, like a high-tech screen or something. But you get the picture of what I'm saying, though, with this. It's great reference material that you can use with that. And look how they got it with the army clothes on. I mean, this is great. Then this is like this is like a backstory, like back at the 23rd Infantry, showing them back at their bunkers. You know what I'm saying? Just showing you. Oh God, look at that detail and the reference, the sandbags around the little townhome houses. And of course they're sleeping in here in their beds and all that. They're playing a poker game going on. Look at the shot on around his face as he's smoking a cigarette. This is showing things that soldiers really do when they're in war and stuff. And this gives you a great, like I said, great reference material to use. You can use this stuff, guys. I'm sorry about that. The wine in the way. Look at the gun strapped around his in front of his chest, like the soldiers do. He's telling you, where y'all in here playing the game? I need to be out here now, about to go to war. You can tell what's going on here. Look at the face expressions on here. We're too short-handed to go into the field. Barely having 6 men we can take. Don't matter. You come in. You know, you can just tell what's going on here. What the hell is going on? Tin Hut? You know, look at that. But all I'm showing is that stuff like this, use for reference material on your own terms. Not telling you to steal, steal the whole scene is using, but take from the scene. You can manipulate this into someone else. If your soldier story revolving another soldier, but I'm just saying, this stuff was right here showing you how things are in the army. You know, great reference material. I grew up liking a lot of army books and stuff. I even used army scenes in Agent Solo. You know, like I used the flashback scene. If you got issue, I think that's issue 3, that I put that in there. You see that I did an army flashback scene. Good stuff, man. Like really, really good stuff. I remember this. Don't be furious, get curious. Man, this take me back. This all screams 80s, man. Oh, look at that. Marvel superhero pins. Collect them all. Another splash page. Them getting on either it was is they getting off the airplane? I think they're getting on the airplane. Let's see, too hot, tearing, very uneventful days later. We're 23 and it wake up. Sure ain't nothing I like better than humping Verbonies for 2 quiet days. Like that, I think they're getting out this airplane. Look at that. I mean, helicopter. Look at the detail of that helicopter, man. Look at the detail of that. Look at the soldiers. Look at how they holding their guns. This, look at the barrel. This is great reference material right here. Say if you need a shot like that. Great material to use. Look at that helicopter. That helicopter's detailed as hell. Oh my God, look at the shade, the black shade on the windows and on the tail, the shadow part on top of the blade. And it just, oh man, this is straight great references right here, man. Great. That's a great reference shot right there, the helicopter. Let's moving on. All this right here, this conversation will be great for a scenery. Look at the conversation. Look at this face expression he's making. Well, Rob, I think we can help you this time. You know, it's more like this when he's just sit on the bunk on his bed reading a book and having a conversation. All these things you can use, like have an emotion, a conversation, and keep it going. Instead of just having, you know, and if you look at some of these books now, with some of these current artists, it's just dead. The conversations are just so dead. It's just like they just stand still and it's boring. This right here, this is called film movement of like a movie. It's zoomed the cameras. How to look at how the camera is mid-zooming, zooms back out, see someone leaving the background, zoom, give you another shot of this person right here enters another room. Look at the shot of their faces, like, and the camera's going in, zooming out, kind of mid-zoom, zoom in. It's like art with pictures as a camera. That shows you also to how to tell a great story. If you're trying to really tell a good story, look at the camera, how the camera is moving. It's like zooming in, zooming out, mid, kind of, pull you back in, pull you out, keep your focus on one, pull you back, zoom in on 2 characters with him in the fairground, you know, stuff like this. You can really learn from. This is why you also study storytelling, because that's what comic books is about, storytelling, but with awesome pictures and how to tell a story. Especially if you want to tell an army story, or you want to use using the army type references in certain of your stories. Another great shot right here that it could be used. Look, Man, look at this. Look, I like how he's sitting on that bed. Look how he has his gun. He's sitting on the bed with his gun, and he's working on it. So you're from the big red one, huh? What are you doing here? Well, I got into a little trouble back there. I see. I like to do imitations, sort of joke about how people look and talk. Look at this. This is real great. Something happened to him and got hit in the head or something. They all laughing at his ass. Now he's on the phone. He gets in trouble. And then next thing I know, we were here, and I was here. He's making fun of the Sarge. She's making fun of the Sarge. Gets in trouble about it. He's letting you know the story, backstory. Now, if this was like, you could tell him this is a dream sequence. He's telling how he got in trouble for making fun of the Sarge. If you notice, this panel right here is solid, therefore because it's present now. He's telling them about where he got in trouble. This is like a dream past sequence, like a past. So even though it's an old book, but if this is like a future book, what you can do is you can use the same type of panel with your character telling about what happened to him. And see, one thing about this, you can let the colors know. Make this both colored, but keep this stuff like here because you can tell by the box is real wavy. That means stands for as a past scene. It's like a past sequence scene. So you'll make this gray tone. You make all this gray, and that gray. Then that's a record because he's still telling a story. He's still talking. More talking solid right here. There's another backstory. He's telling his story now. You see what I'm saying? This is great storytelling. You can easily read this without even reading it with a story because you can just tell what's going on just by mind. Just by your mind. Just by how great. This is what you call great storytelling with great art. Telling the story within pictures without even reading this stuff. I can just tell what's going on. That's why I picked up on it so quickly. This is a great scene if you want to do something like this. And the soldiers just shooting at the with the bad guys and shit, and they jumping out on the helicopters when you're at war. Man, this is some great stuff. Always work smart, don't work hard. Look at that. Oh man, this is a great scene. This is still a story being told because you can tell by the wavy lines, the wavy boxes. This is a backstory. They're telling their war stories right here. This is great. Look at that plane the helicopters getting shot down, explodes. They got away with some of them didn't. They shooting going on. Look at that. He's telling the story of what's going on. Oh man, great stuff. This is great stuff for any reference material if you need it. Because this is really like a real army story being told. Look at this scene right here. I use this scene in Agent Solo. This scene right here. I use that. I use this. Great scenery, man. Great scenery. This right here is what I use as a reference. I swear to God I did. And it was Agent Solo's background. Like I'm gonna repeat this scenery and latest Agent Solo books, because his past was he was an army. He was in the army. That's how he became who he was. He was in the army. He lost a lot of limbs and stuff. And if you get issue 3, you'll see it. Look at that. Oh man. All this stuff can be used for a lot of things, guys. This is what I'm trying to show you, that use reference material. Get your old army books, man. Read them too. Don't just buy them just to get reference material, but read them and understand storytelling, because it will help you become a better artist, a better making comments about telling stories. If you want them juke covers, that's cool, but I'm trying to show you that being a storyteller is where it's at. You know, and everybody can't do it. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak. If you want to be a great storyteller and you want to tell some great stories in your books, you know, you want to separate yourself from the norm, you'll be one bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm telling you. Man, look at that scene, right? Look at that. With the shot, how he's sitting down and he's looking back. See who he's talking about? Oh man, look at that. He's talking. He got the cigarette in his mouth with holding a gun, machine gun. Look there, looking back on the bed, face expressions. A lot of stuff you can learn from comics like this. This is some great stuff. Nintendo days, man. This takes me back to a lot of Nintendo days for real, y'all. Goonies, all this stuff. Contra, Castlevania, Top Gun. Man, those were the days. Oh man, another great. Look at that. This could be great for reference. Look, he's reading the Playboy magazine. Just a lot of real stuff going on here, man, that you can really use for reference material. Look at how that army truck is. Like it's got blood on it or mud. Oh man, this scene right here is so badass. It's a badass splash page. Look at the view, bird's eye view. You get like a great bird's eye view of top of the army helicopters here. Got the guns on there. Got the soldiers out on this. They are all searching the field. They're getting out the planes. It's like movement within one picture frame. This is such a great panel, splash panel right here. Look at it, got the United States Army on there. That's so dope. And the machine gun, that detail, he must use like a real sharp technical pencil to do that, to get that. Look at the machinery and the shadow in the backgrounds of this stuff, and it just looks so badass, man. Look at the blade, how it's coming out. Got a little technical gear parts on there and stuff. Not saying you gotta do all this yourself. If you can, cool. But this should give you reference material how to make your stuff interesting. I mean, this could be a different type of airplane that you use with different parts on there to make it even look cool. But look at the view, how he's doing that. It just screams so awesome, and so it gives you that that magic touch. Look at the trees too, man. Look how he did the trees and the grass. Beautiful work. As you can see, they right here. They got the airplane above. I mean, look at the helicopter above. I like how the layout of this is. And you got the soldiers in the field. Look at that. And above, it just what a shot. What a beautiful shot that is, man. You know, stuff like that. Like I said, you want your panels to look different. You don't want them looking plain. You know, you want to give it some type of little feel to it, like they're in a real place. You know what I'm saying? So this is great. All this is great. Look at that there, 98. And the field here. They stepped on a mine. It was a mine, they stepped on it. Look at this. Oh man. Stuff like this is what you call golden, man. This is rich. This is great reference material. When I mean this stuff that you can use, this is the truth right here. You can't go no wrong using stuff like this for your own stories. This is great war storytelling right here, guys. That's great for rules for references. Look at how the trees and the scenery is just what it's really at. It's not a page that's blank. This is giving you establishing shot where they're at. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell they're now in a great place. You can tell they are on one of the army missions. Okay, look at that. Look how they're on the ground with the gun, just telling them, and then they found one they own that stepped on that mine and blow, limbs are gone and stuff, man. This stuff really be going on, still be going on in today's Army world. This is real stuff right here. More great shots that you can use. Him holding his friend that got injured in the mine, stepping on the mine. We just can't leave him. They gotta go. Because they just can't carry him. He's really a sacrificed lamb. He's really gone. So they take his dog tags. This stuff is great. Like I said, it's letting you know how an Army story really can be told. You can use stuff like this like I said, you could use stuff like this for your own little storytelling. If you had like if you had like an Army scene in your book and you don't know how to tell it, you know what I'm saying? And even though Google will show you certain stuff, but it's not really showing you a lot. These type of books like Nam is great because it's really just showing you Army stuff. And not just Nam, you got Sergeant Rock. You got there's another one called what's it Platoon, I believe. I forgot the other name Army book I got. It was so many of them, but you can look these books up and you can look them up and you could get some of them still in the quarter bin if you're lucky to get some in quarter bins, because these books were, like I said, they're comic book golden history, and they could really be used for a lot of things. It's raining right now, and look at that. This the shot of things, man, and that especially like how they got this right here. Now, due to how we make comics now is different, so you really don't have to, you don't have to draw rain, but if you have a great colorist that can make that part happen, you know what I'm saying, you're all win-win. But it's easy to draw rain scenes, but I prefer to study that more. Maybe down the line or one of my videos I can show you how to do like weather, like how to draw a little weather scene and stuff like that, just to show you how you can just get away with it a little, but just let the colors do the rest of the work. But this is great. This is great. Just show you right here, it's raining and you got a rain jacket on. He can't get over that his friend is dead. He just can't get over it. He's pissed. But it's raining. They have to bury him. Have to leave him. And pretty much the end. They're carrying out their dead, one of their dead ones, and he's holding a gun. Oh man, this is very emotional moment right here, man. Like you could feel it. Look how sad they're looking. It's raining. They got their rain jackets on. Got one of their dead ones in a stretcher carrying them back. His arms hanging out of it. With the cover over him. You can tell he's dead. And it's very sad. You can just feel the sadness in this. Look how the soldiers are walking and the helicopters are coming to get them. And they got their dead comrade. And then it says, "What are we going to do, Andy?" This is very emotional. Look at how the rain is coming on his arm. See what I mean by that? Is this identifying that it's raining and he put some lines in there? But you could easily do this in rain. Put his ass right here or whatever, and the colors take care of the rest. But man, look at the shadow around there, and you can see his packages and stuff, the pouches, I mean. But how he's holding that gun, man, that's a very emotional scene right here. That someone's died. Someone has died. Well, soldiers had died because that man, they blew them up. But that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Bad Army books like Vietnam, use it for reference, great reference material. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong when you're getting these type of books, because these type of books will help your work stand out, and also will show you, it's also teaching you how to tell a great Army book. I mean, it don't get no better than this, guys. So yeah, if you're a beginner artist, get books like Nam. It's showing you how to tell a great Army story. Agent, U.S. Was another one called U.S. Agents, I believe. Man, there's so many of them, but you get what I'm saying. You know, buy these type of books, man, to get that reference material and use it to your advantage. You know, it really helps better than just Googling all the time, because you got it in front of your face here. You know, you got it in front of your face, just showing you, it's helping you out, really. Look at that. You know, can't beat stuff like this. It's better than constantly just typing in army material. Or all of us right here is showing you. It's showing you stuff. Look at that. It's all the reference you need. All the reference you need. Then, you know, always looking up Google when the material is right here in your face. And it's easy access because you got the books on it. See what I'm saying? So that's all I want to show you guys. But now, books that you can use for your own soldier stories, and you could be awesome. Because why? You're studying from the best. You're getting it from the best. That's where you're getting it from the best. I don't want you guys holding on longer. Revving them out. You have a blessed day. Talk to you soon.